Right, on today's episode of Golf is Ruining My Life, I shot an 11 over after shooting a 24 over, and it feels like a breakthrough or a breakdown.
9 of the happiest holes of Tom Green's life. Also, we're going to be revealing the worst sign ever seen at a golf club. All that and more incoming.
Oh, it's everyone's favourite day of the week, of course, isn't it? Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to Golf is Ruining My Life, and welcome to the email corner special with our friends at Golf Bidder, all still to come. But before then, we've got 15 minutes of guff to fill, of course, haven't we, Price?
No. You know what we should do with the 15 minutes of guff? I've got an idea. See what you think about this.
Yeah,
Why don't we talk about golf? See what happens? Do you know what I mean?
Goodness me, yes.
Just do that and see if it works. I mean, also, it's worth saying straight off the bat that, well, there's two options. There's two ways we can go here. There's a sliding doors moment already.
Okay, another little on-air meeting. Here we go, lads. Strap yourself in.
It's a very quick one. We can either choose the option of talking about the third major of the year, which starts today, or we can talk about Tom's round, which happened yesterday. It's up to you. Tom, which one do you want to go with?
I'm going to go with the round. Talking about a round, I got a round of applause after my tee shot on the first yesterday.
You did.
I felt like I'd got the biggest willy in golf.
Wow. What happened? What did you do?
Yeah.
To get a round of applause? Did you give money to charity? Did you rescue a stray dog? Did you give someone like mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? That's the only way you deserve a round of applause on the first tee, surely.
I sort of, I in a way resuscitated my golf game, Tom, yesterday.
Nice.
I think is because it's been flatlining. Another medical reference for the last couple of weeks, and I think I realised what was going wrong.
Go on.
And it wasn't a swing technique. It was nothing to do with that. The only golf I've been playing now for the best part of 6 weeks is competition carded golf.
Yeah.
And the realization I had yesterday is I find that really difficult. And I hadn't acknowledged it. I hadn't had the moment of going, oh, wow, this is what it feels like to play golf and truly not care where the ball goes. And lo and behold, it goes where I want it to go if I don't care.
Oh,
so I stood on the first, played off the whites, only play off the whites now because, as I said, biggest willy in golf. And there was...
TM, you should trademark that, but yeah.
Yeah. And there was... I took my forward, put it onto the green. Yes. Drove a par four.
On the first?
Yeah. Which actually isn't that mean of a feat at my place, really, but it was pretty good to thread the needle between the two bunkers.
I've played that hole many, many times, and it is a needle needs to be threaded there. We've all got the length to get there because it's only about 220 yards, but it
70 yards, 270 from the back. Thank you.
Is it 270?
Well, this is what. So I'll talk you through it. So I took the forward at it, landed between the two bunkers, rolled onto the green, white flag. My ball went all the way to the back of the green and landed at the back of the green. Right, unbelievable. And the guys...
Tell me you three-putted.
No, got birdie. Got a birdie, mate. Birdie the first.
God.
You can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, guys. And there was a group of lads, older blokes behind me, gave me a round of applause. I felt that, I said, see previous comment, biggest willy in golf. Yeah. And they said, how far is it? And I was like, looked at the stone off where the stone is, which gives all the information. You know, it is like the panel or whatever. And off the whites, it said 270. So I said that because... Do you know?
Well,
that's what it said.
I think, first, several things to say about this. First of all, when they applauded you, did you go, cheers, as if I do that every day? Or did you go, yes, my friends, and then high-five all of them?
No, I acted like that's just day-to-day for me.
Wonderful. That's what all of us chancers need to do, because we know we don't really do that all the time, but you pretend you do. Second thing to suggest is, and I think it might be a new move that I might pull out, when you're on a par 4 that's a short par 4, even though you're clearly not going for the green, get the scope out, get the old telescope out, the rangefinder, and just start to check in with those distances, even though you're taking a 5-iron off the tee.
Yeah, so no chance of getting there. I actually talked about scopes. I want to bring something up that I saw in the comments the other day. We made a video which we talk about the TikTok guys a lot on this show because
do we have to bring them up here? This feels like we're talking about our secret family with the family we actually love. I don't want to talk about them. Because
you lot are the OGs, you're the par pals, you're the guys that we love. You guys
get it as well. You get it.
You get the show. Sometimes we say things, we all believe the things that we say, but I think we say things on this show and people take it as read as like this is a hard and fast line that we've got. We're just a couple of chances having a bit of a laugh about golf, like we're in the bar after a few pints, right?
Yeah,
just because we say something, don't take it to heart and hate us. It doesn't matter, right?
No, our voice very much doesn't matter. But there's a bunch of people on TikTok who really think that we think we are some sort of voice of authority, some kind of, like there's American anchors who have the headsets on who always, this is a real thing that bothers me about American sport. They do all of their presenting down the barrel. I got to say, John, today is looking great. Butch does it. Butch Harmon does it all the time. He just stares down the barrel. And I'm like, no, don't look at me, mate. Look at Nick. Look at Doherty. Why are you looking? Because when Butch Harmon goes, well, today is a great day, I'm like, oh, and I start to look away because I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
anyway,
don't look at me in my face, mate.
Don't look at me.
Not while I'm in my boxers watching telly.
A lot of the TikTok haters of us, of which there are plenty, really think that we think we're those anchors standing there going, well, today I got to tell you, you cannot keep a glove on when you play golf. And that is not what we think. We're just messing around here.
Mate, I shoot 20 over regularly, and I'm fine with that. That's fine by me. What I was going to say is we did a video on golfers that wear gloves to putt, right? And we said we don't really agree with it, which I do agree with that. I don't see anyone that putts with 2 gloves in the UK, and if you do, guess what? It doesn't matter. Just that I don't like it. It doesn't matter.
But also, people who keep their glove on. That was the main thrust of the video. Was you can tell someone's crap at golf by the fact they keep their glove on the whole time, right? Stupid, funny, lols. Like obviously that's not real, but they went crazy.
They've
got
to
the point where we were doing other things yesterday, non-golf related things, and we were getting WhatsApps from our production team saying, "Guys, they hate you on TikTok today."
Yeah, and some of the comments were hilarious. Like one comment was like, these guys have never been even near a PGA Tour event. No, I know. There's no way I'd go pro. I'm bad at golf. I wouldn't be able to go. These guys wouldn't even be able to beat Nelly Corda if they played better ball. Yep, I agree with that statement. 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to get bogged down in the TikTok. The reason I brought up the TikTok lot is because what you said about the scope, right? Because talking about golfix and how someone's a bad golfer or whatever. Someone said something in the comments which I really disagree with. Someone said anyone that uses a scope from 50 yards and in, that's like a golfic. That's only bad golfers do that. I use a scope pretty all the way up there because for me it shows how hard I need to hit my 58 degree. I would really struggle with my wedges if I didn't have an accurate number from anything from 70 to 30 yards in. I need to know what that is accurately so I can thin my wedge.
That's exactly. I can't scull it properly until I know it's 50 yards away. I completely agree. The rangefinder is something I've used for as little as 40 yards sometimes. So that and you're almost at the point where you can pace it out and go, right, I'm going to hit a 30-yard chip. And I know if I go back to there, that's going to land 20 yards in. But I'm not sure it's 30 yards. So I'm going to just whip the rangefinder out. I completely, that is incorrect. Can I very quickly tell you something which really upset me yesterday? We've got time because I know we are... The prevailing topic this morning so far is Tom Green's round yesterday, which we'll come back to. But I'm going to keep this person anonymous. But someone had a birthday, right? I don't even know this person very well. Someone had a birthday, and they were talking about it on their social media. And their surname, their name is, let's say, TP, right? Tom Price. Let's say it's TP. And they were talking about their birthday, and they turned 60, right? So they were saying TP 60, right? Okay.
Sure.
And big golfer, and they got themselves a lovely wedge, right? And they got this TP60 thing engraved on their brand new wedge. That's nice, right? That's
like stamped in, like when what players have. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, really, really looks cool. I mean, we don't have any laser etching stuff on our pings, but it's something we should definitely do.
It's because Ping don't do it. I asked the question. It's not a Ping thing.
Not a Ping thing. Fine, okay.
Yeah. I had this conversation. Some brands do it, so I think Vokeys will do it, but Ping it's not something that they do. So you won't see any Ping players with the stamping on their wedges.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Anyway, so they've got this stamping on, and it says TP60 because they've just turned 60. And someone commented underneath on the Insta post, "Nice. I assume that's your 60 degree, right? Because it has you have to put that." Anyway, no, it's my 54.
Oh.
You just think you've really missed a trick there.
You've
let yourself down. You've let golf down. That would upset me as much.
It would be the worst because Every time I'd look at it and go, oh, what a lovely memory of my 60th birthday. Is that my 60-degree? No, wrong club, wrong club. Damn it. Yeah, that's annoying. That would annoy me. It's not clean enough. I like what he's trying to do. I love what he's tried to do, but you've not thought about golf there, is what you've not done.
I can't believe it. This is 54. And after the show, Tom, I'll tell you who it is and you'll know who it is. Okay.
Oh, nice. Right, can I go back to my round very quickly?
Yeah.
Because I had a realisation. So let me talk you through yesterday. So a couple of guys I was playing golf with, they, quite controversially, we agreed we'd tee off at 3 o'clock. They teed off at 2:40. That's fine. I wasn't there. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Just guys that I've met around the club. I don't know whether they thought I wasn't going to turn up. We agreed 3.
What do you mean?
They went off at...
Because you weren't there. They just went.
They just went, yeah. And I texted them just as I pulled in saying, sorry guys, running 5 minutes behind. They were like, we're on the 3rd. I was like, okay, fine.
So
all good.
So what did you do then? Did you play by yourself or did something with someone else?
This is where I'm getting to. So then I played the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in quick succession to catch up with them.
Oh my God, that's so blokey, isn't it?
Yeah, so blokey. But then they know me that I'm always on the putting green half an hour before because I'm a new guy now, Tom. I'm a changed man. So when they saw I wasn't on the putting green and we hadn't spoken all day, they just presumed I died and went, okay, let's not text him or mention it. Let's just go play golf.
Well, honour him the best way we know. What would he want? He'd want us to play without him. Okay.
20 minutes early, off we go. Cheers, lads. So, anyway, birdie the 1st, par the 2nd, catch up with them. I then went to play the remaining 8 holes, 7 holes with them or whatever because they were only playing 9. All good. Yeah. And I had this really nice calm over these 3 holes, despite me trying to catch up with them. And then I played a little bit. I was playing all right yesterday, so I was 5 over after 9, which for me is really, really good. But a lot of those shots came when I was playing with these 2 guys, right?
What do you mean when shots came? You mean the shots you dropped came with them?
Yeah. My bogeys, like the first hole I played with them, I doubled, right?
Why do we play well by ourselves? Why?
Now, this is what I want to bring up. This was the nubbin of what I'm trying to get to here. And the reason that I don't want to go into my I shot 11 over yesterday is because I was only playing with someone for 9 holes and then I played on my own. And I think it's a bit rubbish chat to say, here's my score that I shot solo. I don't want to go into that.
Put it in.
It's just rubbish. But what I want to talk about is the feeling of zen that I had yesterday, not talking to anyone, playing on my own. This is interesting, Tom. There was a 2-ball ahead of me, right? A 2-ball comp, which were absolutely not for letting me play through. And as soon as I realised that, I had nothing to do all afternoon. I put my motor caddy on the 2 setting, so it was basically just crawling, and we were just walking the fairways together. And I was in this feeling of zen, not chatting, and I played really well.
Did you do any? Oh, that's gone in the trees. I'll take another.
No, none of that. None of that. I had a few goes at shots, but I always played. So, I went on to double something on the back 9, and I had a few goes at that shot, but I always played the original ball. Yeah, I always played the original ball.
So, I had a very similar revelation the other day. I went out and played on Saturday afternoon. It was packed at our place. I played in a 3-ball. We were so slow. We were stuck behind a junior comp, right? And I realised I only had about an hour left till I had to be home. So I said, guys, no offence, because I know they're mates of mine and they were going to stay. They wanted to stay on the front 9. I said, I'm going to jump over and play 14 through 18, right? Because there's no one on the back 9. And I was playing crap with them really badly. But I'm not stressed about it, just playing rubbish. Jumped on to the back 9 by myself, played 4 holes by myself, and I played them in par. Just
what
part
is
of my thing. And I thought, and it's identical to what you're saying. I love the thing where you've put your motor caddy down to 2. That's genius. That's borderline genius. That is now in charge of my pace. Yeah,
stuck it on 2, and it meant that I just walked at that pace. And do you know what? It was really funny because there was no one behind me. That I felt no pressure behind me whatsoever. I just sauntered. As soon as I realised they weren't going to let me play through, I genuinely wasn't bothered at all. I just sauntered and took a few goes at stuff. If I didn't like my first, I was like, okay, what else could I have done here? Took a few goes, trying to learn the greens a bit better at my place, did a bit of that. And just had a really, really lovely time and shot 11 over.
And it's that thing, and when you look at the score, you go, yeah, it kind of is what it is. Of course I've shot that because, I've got to say about the Motor Caddy, and thanks to the guys for sending us them, they're absolutely brilliant. And every time I've played with them so far, then they're the remote control ones where you've got the little controller in your pocket, right? I played with my mate Dave the other day. He's a top guy. And he said, he said, when you appeared with that, I thought, this is great. I'm going to give Tom so much grief about this. The banter, R2D2, does he press sticks
exactly.
for you? All that stuff.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's good
It's
stuff.
good stuff. It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
I'm here for it. And he said, I'm so disappointed because I can't stop looking at your body language and I'm so jealous. And he's got his trolley, which is fine, pushing his trolley along. He said, every time I look at you, your body language is your sort of head back, strolling along because you're not carrying your clubs. You look so much calmer and more chilled. And I'm like, yeah. And we know fundamentally, right, this Motor Caddy thing is a toy. That's all. It's a toy. It's a remote control car, right? It's a toy. My God, though, every time I've played with it, I have been so much more relaxed. And maybe that's just a novelty thing. But I promise you, I've been more relaxed, exactly as you described, Tom. And all I want to say about this, final thing I want to say about this, what are you going to do? Because this is the thought I had the other day. What are you going to do, Tom, to take that, right, to bottle that feeling and put it into your next significant round of golf? What are you going to do?
I sat in the bar afterwards with Rob the Pro. I had a really lovely day yesterday, Tom. I got to say, the weather was gorgeous.
Golf is
yeah, it really was yesterday. I finished the round, and then I sat on the terrace, and Rob the Pro, who I have my lessons with, was there. And he's like, "Oh, come and have a beer." And I met another guy. And then a guy came over who listens to the podcast and said, I recognised that voice. And he sat down and we had a lovely chat and it was great. But, and I said, I played well today because I didn't feel stressed. But the problem I have, Tom, is it's not like I'm terrified on the other rounds. It's not like I'm standing there going, oh, I need this, because I don't. It doesn't matter, does it? No. So I don't know how I alleviate a feeling that I don't even feel I feel, if that makes any sense. It's not like I'm terrified when I have carded rounds with other people. It's just that I don't feel the zen don't care nature that I do when I play on my own, and it really doesn't matter.
You need to lean into it, man. You need to, well, there's a lot we could say about this, but I think, so our next mission, right, our next chapter in our golf this summer is going to be trying to lean into that zen, trying to make that happen. Because I was working on it anyway, thinking about putting and stuff, and it does make a big difference. When you putt and make a conscious effort, take a couple of breaths and make yourself relax, really stop and make yourself do it, and get yourself into that frame of mind that you described, it makes a huge difference. We need to go to products.
Can I just quickly, before we go to products, very quickly, just say a line that I heard yesterday that I think sums up everything we're talking about here?
Go on.
Carefree, but not careless.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, okay. Should we tattoo that on our foreheads? Or?
With that in mind, please welcome the products. Wow.
Got 'em. Right, welcome back to Golf is Ruining My Life. We're in email corner. Welcome to it. Oh, it's lovely here with all the leather bound books and the bookshelves and stuff.
It's been clean since last week. That's nice. Someone's dusted it all down. Really good stuff. And look, Tom, look on our little table here in email corner. There's a little glass table with big golf books on it. There's a big pile of emails. Our production team have printed out the emails from last week, and we should really dive into them. To be honest, mate.
Yeah, we really should. I want to reference something that happened on the show a couple of weeks ago when we did an email. This is all kicked off in our inbox. We did an email about someone asking whether it was true that he broke 80 if the par was 68. I don't know if you remember this. We then had a man from Switzerland. Was it Switzerland? I think it was. Email saying the guy hadn't broke 80 because the par 68 wasn't right. That original listener then came back into our inbox and basically said he wanted to fight the man from Switzerland. It was pretty mad in the Toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk.
I think our listeners should have a fight. We've booked a car park. We'll let you know when it's going to happen. Yeah, we'll be in touch about that.
I'll be there.
The other thing as well, which has really kicked off, which I am so enjoying. And to be honest, please keep them coming because I really feel like there's a Christmas book in this. Crap golf club posters. We're going to do them all anonymously. Don't worry. Don't feel like you're going to be shaming your local golf course. Just please keep sending them in. The Toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk because there are so many. And I think Tom Green, and this is one of the emails, has sent arguably the greatest crap golf club poster I've ever seen. Do you want to take us through it, Tom? Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, for the audio guys, this is a reason to go to our YouTube channel because this will now be on screen on YouTube. So you'll be able to see exactly what the poster looks like.
Oh, he wants to be anonymous as well. He wants to be anonymous. Bloody hell, I'm editing today. All right, we'll go back. We'll have beeped him out. All right, yeah, go on.
I need to be honest with my local guy. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we can't say his name. And then we also can't put it on the screen either, so that was all...
yeah, well done.
S-chat. Lovely picture... so anyway, I need to be anonymous with this in my local Saturday morning course. Lovely, picturesque, quite short, and on the south coast. Clientele is why there should be a strict dress code and drinking Stella out of cans banned. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to say the word here, so sorry for... I'm not going to say the word because we do have younger listeners.
Yes,
but
true.
the poster is a photo of the toilet and the ground next to the toilet, and it says, if you S on the floor, clean it up. If you S on the floor, clean it up. That's it.
Someone has made earth on the floor.
Someone's made a bogey on the floor.
So, yeah, well, a bottom bogey. So, there we go. Thanks.
Thanks.
No,
sorry. Sorry.
First time I've called it a bottom bogey, and I'm very pleased with it. All right. Moving on then, let's see if we can find today's winner of £50. Danny Bell, Tom's, a recent incident at my club has left a sour taste in my mouth. Oh, I love a sour incident. I wanted your opinion. I've booked a post-work tea time with the intention of getting 9 holes in after what was a particularly challenging week at work. I arrived at the tea time, at my allotted tea time, to find 2 chaps still on the tee loosening up their swings. I went over and politely asked what time their tea time was, as perhaps the course was running late. They informed me they were in fact the tea time after me, but because they were playing a match, they would be teeing off ahead of me because I would have to let them play through anyway. My blood is already boiling here. I pointed out that I was a 1 ball and so would be significantly quicker than them. But they said it doesn't matter and didn't allow me to tee off at my tea time. As someone who despises conflict, yeah, me too, I'm the same. I wasn't going to get into it for the sake of 8 minutes, so I stood back and watched as they power sliced their drives off the first tee. Needless to say, they held me up for 5 holes, as in I was stood next to the tee box most of the times they were teeing off.
Oh, God.
But after 5 holes, I left as I was spending more time waiting than playing golf. Danny, I don't know what to say. First of all, Danny, if this is a club you're a member of, that has got to be an email, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I'm emailing the general manager about that. Because as a general manager, and I'm really good mates with the general manager at my place, he'd want to know. They want to know if stuff like this happens. Because that is
that's
outrageous.
Yeah, that's really bad. I think it's actually totally indefensible as well. Like, I can't think of a way of defending them. Like, you are 100% in the right. I don't even really understand what their logic is. Because you're a 1 ball, they're a 2 ball. So you're going to be faster than them. Why would they not let you just go ahead and speed through? I don't understand that at all, other than to say golf people are mad.
Sometimes golf people like that are just, as you say, they're just completely crazy. I wonder as well, well, also, they're not even very good. I was going to say maybe they're really good and they thought they'd be quick, but the power slicing and stuff, I find that astonishing, Danny. And I really think you should follow up on it if you're a member there. If you're not, it's difficult to, because they'll just ignore you probably. But let us know what you do about that, because the fact you have to then just give up and walk off. The other thing you can do, maybe you couldn't because there were people in front of you, but I would just skip a hole and just go in front of them and just,
whatever.
Just go past them. Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. Nightmare. Hate that.
I'm not going to go all into Scott's, but I do want to mention Scott's email. He said, "Hi, Tom, loving the podcast. It's brilliant. I'm in my early 50s and not a natural sports person by any means." Yes, Scott can relate. "But I've been playing golf for just over 2 years. I'm truly hooked. Despite playing every week and often feeling like I'm so close to all finally clicking, I've never quite managed to break 100. That elusive double-digit score always seems just out of reach. Although the last few weeks haven't felt like I've been playing particularly well, I've been scoring pretty consistently around my 33 handicap." Let's just remember that, 33 handicap, okay? "So I felt that with a decent round, I was due to break 100 and maybe even trim my handicap back a little." Okay, so I've had a couple of lessons recently where my coach has suggested working on shot shapes.
Excuse me?
"So I've been experimenting with fades and draws. It's really changed my club control and overall confidence." This is where I'm going to pause the email. Okay, I think listen, this game is for fun, and if you can, at a 33 handicap, manipulate a ball to be a draw or a fade, that is excellent, and if you enjoy that and you feel that's helping, Godspeed to you, right? Yes. However, I don't know if my advice to a 33 handicap would be, let's try and work on that butter fade. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yes, I agree with you. To the point where, I mean, Tom actually WhatsApped me about this email when it came into our inbox the other day. Have you seen that email from that guy? What's a 33 handicapper shaping shots? But on the surface, that sounds mad. However, in defense of this pro, I wonder if there's a kind of, as an exercise, go on the range, and as an exercise to try and shape them, it teaches you what you are doing to make those things happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
okay.
It teaches you
maybe.
to make the fade. It's because you're doing that. So therefore, stop doing that and you'll stop hitting the slice, right? If that is an exercise, that makes a lot of sense. If the pro is saying you need to get these shots, both fade and draw, up and running in your game, I'm off whatever it is, 6. I ain't doing that at the moment. I ain't going out there thinking I can choose between the two. So what on earth is a 33 handicapper doing? I find that baffling, but also deeply hilarious that someone who's on 33, who's currently about to play their 7th shot, is saying to their teammates, right, I'm going to hit a high draw just around the tree now. What?
Yeah, what? Totally. I mean, if you're trying to break 100, I think the best way of trying to break 100 is probably a bit of course management stuff. And Scott, I don't know your game. And Scott, this is no reflection on you as a golfer or your email. It was just more the fact a coach would... If I play off 10, right? And if a coach said to me, let's try and work on some shot shaping, I'd be like, mate, I just don't want to slice my driver anymore. I don't need to be able to hit a baby draw.
A shot shape I'd like is a straight one. That's the shot shape I'm after. Can we try that
Goodness me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if you're trying to break 100, there's probably an argument just to take out a 7 iron and a wedge and a putter. And you might find you could do it with that because less balls are going OB.
You are talking about. We've said this before. If anyone out there is trying to break 100, this is the thing we went big on last summer. Strip your clubs down in half right now. Honestly, go and take half your clubs and put them away and just play with half a set of clubs. Play with 7 clubs and you will break 100. Right,
next email. Thank you for that, Scott, and all the best.
Thanks, Scott.
When you do break 100.
He sent us his card, by the way, and he started with a 12, and he actually ended up shooting 99, so he did break 100.
Oh, what? I didn't get to the end of the email. Well done, Scott.
He didn't get to the end. It's quite a long email. It's really good. Scott Gallagher, thank you very much.
That's unbelievable, Scott.
Yeah,
well done,
he got
bro.
99, net 63. That's extraordinary. Well played. And starting with a 12, it comes back to that thing. If you blow up at the beginning... how many times I tell this story? John Rahm got a double bogey on his first hole the year he won the Masters. You can screw up at the beginning, and often the best rounds evolve when you've done that. So just put yourself in that frame of mind, but without the 12.
Rory at the Masters, another one.
Yes,
bad holes to start. Okay, next one, Tom.
All right, Philip Wren. Hey, Tom. Big fan of the podcast. It's great listening to similar handicap golfers on their journey. I thought a funny topic to discuss could be funniest nicknames for fellow golfers. A guy, Nick, who has just become a regular with our group, has a bit of a habit of skying his driver. We've come up with the nickname Sputnik.
Yeah, it's funny. It's brilliant. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Which I think you will agree fits perfectly. It would be interesting to hear if you or fellow listeners have any other great nicknames for their playing partners. Keep up the good work. Oh, Phil in Bristol. Sputnik is very funny. Yes. I don't have anything that can come anywhere near.
No, I've got absolutely nothing, but I know I can I can sleep easy tonight knowing you lovely listeners will have far better ones than me and Tom can either come up with or have in our real life. So I cannot wait to see the emails on this. The Toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk. And thank you to Jed as well, saying, hi Toms, I'm writing this sat on my sofa, ill off work, and I've just watched your most recent podcast, loving it as usual. As I'm already bored by 9:30, I took it upon myself to fill the time by creating an idea for potential merch you could use.
Oh, we need to do more merch, TJ. We need to do more merch.
I know, but I'm trying to work on my own golf and spend less time making hoodies. But I know. As you talk about peppering the rough rather frequently, we do, hashtag pepper the rough, and also being a repeat offender myself, what better way to showcasing it than wearing it with pride with the design below? I'm not a designer looking for a job, as I'm in sales, but I enjoy the odd bit here and there. Happy
I'm going to hold it
Jed.
up to my camera. I'm going to hold this up to my camera. I wonder if that'll work so that you can have a look. I could just send it to our production. I could probably just send this image to our production team and they'll be able to see it, but there you go. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Wow. Is it a salt and pepper shaker? Just peppering the rough. Very funny. Very.
I mean,
pepper the rough, baby.
And the thing coming out of the pepper shaker is golf balls, specifically Tom Green's golf balls, peppering the rough.
And talking about peppering the rough, enjoy peppering the rough at the US Open this week. Thanks for coming. Cheers. Bye-bye. There you go. That's all we need.
Stuff.
That's all
it's
we need.
Brilliant stuff. I mean, the rough is going to be. I just cannot wait.
It could be horrible.
I cannot wait to see Tyrrell Hatton in the rough, trying not to throw a tantrum. There are going to be some excellent hissy fits at the US Open this week. Tom, before we talk about the US Open and the fact that we're about to go daily, because of course it's a major, we need to choose a winner. God, yeah. Who is your winner? Is it bottom bogey on the floor?
Yeah, it's Toilet Guy. It's Toilet Guy.
But he's anonymous, so Toilet Guy. What a nickname we've given you. Forget Sputnik. Toilet Guy.
Toilet Guy. Bottom bogey.
We will send you. We will send you an email. So there you go. That's the winner of Email Corner. Keep your emails coming in. The Toms at golfersruiningmylife.co.uk. We're after your nicknames. We're after your general golfing stories. If you want to win £50 to spend at Golf Bidder, send them to us, please.
Yes, it is US Open week starting today. I'm really excited about it. They have manicured that place to within an inch of its life. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos. They've literally given some of the greens what looks like a skin fade. They've been using like a hair razor to take sort of the edges off a little bit. It is going to be brutal out there. I've seen some videos of Minwoo Lee as well putting and the speed of those greens is ridiculous. This is going to eat people alive. I'm looking forward to it.
With the US Open, that's what it does best. After the first round, everyone's 2 over par. That is great. It works for me. So let's see what happens. But we'll be here every day, the morning after, talking about the US Open. It's on the East Coast, by the way, Tom Green. Have you noticed that?
Northeast, north. Good for us then, timing wise. It doesn't really matter, doesn't it? Because anyway, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Golf is Ruining My Life. Oh, by the way, Tom, we're playing golf together on Saturday. Then we can talk about it on the show, and we're playing somewhere really fun.
Well, let's not tell them. We'll reveal all on the next show. But we are playing a super swanky course. Maybe we should record a pod after we play it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's work for the next week. Yes, let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, same
Thanks,
time
everyone.
next time. Please leave. I wish I'd said this at the start of the podcast, but I haven't. Please leave Spotify reviews. We are getting so close to 1,000. I just want 1,000. I just want that thing where it goes from like 900 to 1.1k. It makes me feel warm inside. So please do that. And the first episode of the Crail versus series is out on Sunday.
Oh God, there's a lot happening, Tom Green. It's very busy times for Golfers Ruining My Life Towers.
See you next week.
Bye bye.